appealing niche hitherto unapparent to most people is the Volkswagen Beetle Dune Cabriolet. Think of it as the familiar soft-top Beetle that's been given the SUV treatment and you're about there. If the notion appeals, but a hardtop's more your thing, VW also offers a Beetle Dune Coupe. Selling alongside the existing Volkswagen Beetle Cabriolet, the Dune rivals the many convertible and DS3 Cabrio as well as the pricier Audi A3 Cabriolet and BMW 2 Series convertible. What makes the Beetle Dune Cabriolet different? Paying homage to the Baja Bugs-modified Beetles designed for use on California's Golden Coast from the mid-1960s, VW previewed the idea of a modern take on the theme with the Beetle Dune concept car in 2014. 2 years later and the production version went on sale. This is essentially a superficial makeover, though. Rugged, unpainted plastic body moldings, silvered faux skid plates and a 10mm ride height increase lend it an off-road air. Pity there's no four-wheel drive availability for the Beetle. Changes are few in number once you've climbed into the four-seater cabin, with dark ceramic-hued stitching on the seats and leather steering wheel, with a Dune logo at its base. All it's short of are some remixed Beach Boys hits being piped from the audio system and the transition is complete. Limited engine range. Although other markets have a wide choice of petrol and diesel power plants, the UK is offered just one of each. Beetle Dune Cabriolet ownership starts off with the 1.2-litre TSI petrol producing just 105 horsepower, while those looking for more urgency should pick the 2.0-litre TDI diesel serving up 150 horsepower. Both are available with a choice of manual and DSG automatic transmissions with CO2 emissions quoted at between 122 grams/km and 130 grams/km for the quartet of models available. Single Dune trim level Dune versions arrived in the UK at the same time as the trim level structure of the rest of the Beetle range was revised. It's consequently only been available in one guise from launch, sitting above design in the regular lineup's hierarchy. It's generously equipped with Dune-specific alloy wheels, 2 paint shades exclusive to this model, automatic LED lighting and a unique turmeric interior. Plus, the finishing touch to amplify all those body modifications is an italicized Dune script along the lower edges of the doors. Read the full Volkswagen Beetle Dune Cabriolet review to find out how good this Baja Bug pastiche really is. Only 2 engines. One petrol and a diesel, both available with manual and auto boxes. Neither is quick, but they don't need to be. The Volkswagen Beetle Dune Cabriolet isn't a car that was conceived with performance as a core attraction, and with only 2 powerplant options, momentum is best described as sufficient rather than sprightly. Punchy TDI diesel. Those 2.0-litre TDI motors have been mechanical stalwarts in the VW range for years now, customers enjoying their combination of decent real-world performance and frugality. Although for some a soft-top car with a clattery diesel under the bonnet's an anathema. In this guise it packs 150 horsepower, making it the faster of the 2 Dune Cabriolets available, aided by 340 Nm of torque, which comes on stream from 1,750 revolutions per minute. You've a choice of 2 6-speed transmissions, a familiar and slick shifting manual or a twin-clutch DSG automatic. Stick with the manual for a top speed of 123 miles per hour and a 0 to 62 miles per hour sprint time of 9.6 seconds. Opt for the DSG, and while the 0 to 62 miles per hour time is identical, top speed drops by 1 mile per hour. Turbocharged petrol engine. If you don't cover the kind of mileage to recoup the fuel-saving advantage of the more powerful diesel Dune, then the 1.2-litre TSI petrol is the better choice. It's quieter, more refined, and the real-world fuel economy drop isn't severe. It packs just 105 horsepower, which suggests it's barely got enough grunt to get out of its own way, but in reality it's hardly a slouch. Key is the 175 Nm of torque available from just 1,400 revolutions per minute, removing the peril from junction pullaways and joining motorways from slip roads. Again, 2 gearbox choices are on offer, the 6-speed manual or a slicker 7-speed DSG twin-clutch automatic, which suits the engine's smooth running nature very well. Officially the TSI's top speed is 109 miles per hour, while the 0 to 62 miles per hour test takes 12.1 seconds, identical figures for both gearbox types. Handling provides little entertainment, not designed to entertain behind the wheel. Decent ride quality and little body flex, neat and tidy best describes the handling characteristics of the Volkswagen Beetle Dune Cabriolet, but this isn't a car you'll choose for a thrill behind the wheel. raising the ride height by 10 mm over the regular soft-top Beetle and fitting 18-inch alloy wheels to it hasn't made the handling worse than before. If anything, the extra suspension travel makes the ride quality marginally more comfortable without introducing additional body roll. For a convertible, the Beetle Dune Cabriolet's reassuringly stiff with little scuttle shake, where the body flexes due to the lack of the roof, in evidence. It's not a car that enjoys being hustled through a series of bends, although traction is good when you press on in corners. Just a pity there's so little road feel through the steering wheel communicating what they're up to. Consider the Beetle as more of a cruiser than an engaging drop top like the Mini convertible and you won't be disappointed. Well-made cabin features hard plastics, forward visibility is good, thick hood creates blind spots, it's easy to get into a comfortable driving position in the Volkswagen Beetle Dune Cabriolet, with good forward visibility and a fine vista of the stylish and not too retro dashboard layout. A couple of disappointments soon surface though. While all the switchgear and controls are easy to use and will feel familiar to Volkswagen drivers, what's likely to disappoint is the cabin quality. It's very well assembled, with precious few squeaks or rattles in evidence, but the material quality feels more akin to a basic up than something costing twice as much. The second aspect is something that's inevitable with a soft top, thick rear quarter panels that limit over the shoulder sight lines, creating wide blind spots. Usefully, the mirrors are large enough to offer a decent view and parking sensors come as standard on the Dune. Also, the sun effectively whites out the multimedia screen when the hood's lowered, rendering it next to useless, and the reflective glare off the painted dashboard panels can be distracting too. By the optional wind deflector petrol engines, the quieter of the two rear seats are more the preserve of kids. If you only buy one option for the Volkswagen Beetle Dune Cabriolet, make sure it's the wind deflector, it will improve comfort levels significantly. Roof up, you're pleasantly protected from the elements, with little wind noise caused by the fabric hood, but with it lowered the rear seat passengers will be very windblown. It's breezy up front too, but that optional wind deflector reduces that effect significantly. Unfortunately, installing it also renders the Beetle a two-seater. Keeping the side windows up also reduces in-cabin turbulence, but below 30 miles per hour it's relatively bluster-free with them lowered. If maximizing comfort is key, then stick to the smooth-running TSI petrol engine, which is far less coarse than the TDI diesel. Space-wise it's fine up front, but the rear is better suited to kids, primarily due to the restricted legroom. The 50 hours 50 minutes split folding seat backs are also positioned near vertically, which doesn't promote comfort either, but headroom's reasonably with the roof erected. Single level of standard equipment decently equipped with model-specific details, wide range of extra cost options too. While there have been a variety of trim levels in the regular range since its 2013 launch, the Beetle Dune Cabriolet comes in just a single trim level. Standard Volkswagen Beetle Dune Cabriolet equipment as a standalone model, you'd expect the Dune to be generously equipped, and it is, building upon the generous amount of kit fitted to the design version of the standard Cabriolet range. Outside, the Dune's distinguished by 18-inch Mythos alloy wheels, a two-tone boot spoiler, black wheel arch extensions and door protectors, decals along the body sides, LED day running lights and tail lamps, parking sensors and automatically activated lights and wipers. Climb inside and the Dune's makeover is less obvious, the main changes being turmeric upholstery and all the interior stitching finished in a color VW refers to as dark ceramic. There's a Dune-specific steering wheel and knob, and the main dashboard plinth is finished in gloss black or sandstorm yellow depending upon the exterior color. Optional Volkswagen Beetle Dune Cabriolet accessories. Perhaps surprisingly, there's broad range of options available for the Dune, the most divisive being the optional sandstorm yellow finish to the alloy wheels. Think very carefully about this before taking the plunge, as the overall look is divisive. Black is the only standard paint color with pure white, solid, and metallics in the form of deep black, dark bronze and sandstorm yellow, the latter two exclusive to the Dune, available at extra cost. Improving safety is the bi-xenon headlamp option to complement the LED day running lights, while the interior can be further embellished with a full leather pack. Multimedia upgrades include the Discover navigation package. The touchscreen remains a 6.5-inch unit, while voice activation and a Fender speaker system, complete with illumination, are on the extras list too. Rounding off the options are dual-zone climate control, electrically folding door mirrors, keyless entry and start, a wind deflector, a must-have, a winter pack comprising of heated front seats and washer jets, and cruise control. Award 5 stars by EuroNCAP. Rollover protection for added security. Optional safety kit includes bi-xenon lights. EuroNCAP awarded the standard model 5 stars when it was crash tested back in 2011, suggesting the Volkswagen Beetle June Cabriolet has a positive safety record. Its cabin has 4 airbags, anti-whiplash front headrests, rollover protection hoops that pop up behind the rear seats, the usual plethora of electronic stability systems and partial LED lighting to help ensure you're visible, which automatically illuminate at dusk. Extra cost safety-related options for the June include cruise control, non-adaptive, and side scan, which flashes a warning light in the door mirror housing to alert you of vehicles approaching from behind in your blind spot. Bi-xenon headlamps can also be specified to improve nighttime visibility compared with the standard halogen units. Reasonably practical for a convertible. Boot access is awkward at best. 2 glove boxes and decent amount of cubbies if you're considering a Volkswagen Beetle June Cabriolet because your car needs to ably demonstrate practicality, then it's advisable to look elsewhere, but it's reasonably flexible for a 4-seater soft top. The boot's not a bad size at 225 liters, big enough for a couple's weekend away with a pair of soft bags, but accessing it isn't the easiest of tasks with a narrow little opening and a top-hinged boot lid to duck underneath. That volume can be extended with the 50 hours 50 minutes split folding rear seat. VW doesn't quite a figure for when they're lowered, released with levers in the boot itself for added security. Using the rear seat space for extra storage makes sense, especially if you use the optional wind deflector. Its mesh finish helps make things stored beneath it less visible to prying eyes. Elsewhere, the cabin's sprinkled with spaces for oddments storage, including 2 glove boxes, although the upper one's not especially deep.